Thanks, Kiko. Alright, mono black, aggro, mid-range, mush. I don't really know how you want to classify it. We're going to have some aggressive draws with like Knight into Spawn and stuff like that. We've got some reasonable interaction. We've got some card advantage up here. We've got Eldest Reborn. We've got some discard spells lurking around the edges. I'm going to put a couple of foil Duress in my sideboard because I'm not a monster. Let's go ahead and dive on into some games and see how it goes. Always re-roll your 500 gold. 500 gold quests. You could get a 750 gold quest. Thanks, Heidi. Yeah, the top 8, we kind of were just like a hot knife through butter. We ran pretty well. The run goods were had. Well, remember our win yesterday was in the standard 2020 format, so this is still typical non-rotated standard. Although we might still be getting caviculated, it looks like. Light them up. We're on fire. Oh ho 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 do 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 do. Martin Yuza stumbled and died, and then flooded and died in the finals against us yesterday. It was good. It's a good scene. Thanks, Ty. Yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of good games. Honestly, I think probably one of the best matches we played was probably the one that we lost against Menguchi. It's a really good set overall. When all was said and done, we spent a little over 2 hours actually playing Magic yesterday. We averaged, what was I gonna say? We averaged about 16 minutes per match for 8 matches. Right. Yikes. Might be dead, chat. See, their creature that deals 2 costs them 2, and my removal spell that gains 2 costs me 4. It's not a very efficient exchange rate for our hero. I'd really like to draw the 4-drop. If we draw the 4-drop, we probably take this game over. Because we just like have 3 deals and gains in our hand. I would be willing to bet that we played the least amount of Magic of anyone in that tournament, and we also won the tournament. So like our Magic played to dollars earned ratio was absurd. Yikes. We have Dread Presence to respect mono red a little bit, but our sideboard does not really have a lot of help for the mono red matchup, huh? Thanks, Mr. Silicone. Yeah, I had a lot of people give the feedback that they liked me doing commentary over the matches, over other people's matches. At day 3 in the standard season, I was Mythic rank 49. Then I started hating good decks and bad decks and players. So I'm like 84% now. Yeah, we went, last season, we went from 30th to outside of top 1,000 and could just never make it back in. We'll see. I'm hoping when rotation happens at the very end of the month, in those last few days, I can ladder up. Because usually I do well at the beginning of a new format. The more I watch you and the more I play Magic now, the more I just realize people really don't respect aggro at all. Yeah. Yeah, respecting aggro isn't fun. It isn't satisfying from an emotional perspective. Watched you at top 8 and I had to leave. I was stoked you got the rest of the tournament posted on YouTube last night. Thanks. I appreciate it, Ken. Light them up. They're on fire. Do, 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 do. Risk factor is kind of scary. Memory leak induced client lag. Maybe red. Like I said, that should be a data or metrics driven decision. So if Wizards of the Coast has data that says most people need 25 plus minutes, then leave it as it is. But I would be willing to bet a significant percentage of matches played in Arena are done in sub 20 minutes. I'm doing this now because I want them to Wizards Lightning my thing. Oh, they're Wizards Lightning me. Yikes. All right, yep, that's fair. Ooh. Alright, so swamps are the best draw in our deck. Hit me, dealer. GG. All right, and this was the easy one, right, chat? This is the one where we were on the play. So swamp is strictly better Lightning Helix. See folks using the giveaway command there. One of our F2K sponsors, GOG, gave us some game keys to give away. If you want to go to that tweet that's linked there, you have to retweet it and then comment /respond to the tweet with games you would like to win from them. We'll be happy to get you hooked up. Midnight Reaper is probably not a card that should be in my deck. We were kind of fortunate not to draw that. Let's bring in some Duresses and... maybe I want some rituals, maybe. Yeah, the sideboard. Sideboard gives you a little respect for the red deck. Have a good one, Mr. Silicon. This seems great. I'm going to lead on Duress because I want to take light at the stage if they have it. Whoo! Papi! Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Probably murder Kami Pizza, I'd assume. Murder, she wrote. Puppy dog hungry. Gobble, gobble. Why not Cage for Frenzy? I mean, do they guaranteed have Frenzy? Welcome to the Legion, baby. This is probably a little too aggressive. I probably should have left something back here. Yeah, I think this is too aggressive. I should have left something back. Please point a shock at my thing. Please point a shock at my thing. That's scary. So they're gonna try and kill us here. Yep. Yeah, I think I should have left a knight back here. Yep. So we're dead to double threes here. And rightfully so. Did do a 3-2 as well. Yeah. Alright. Thank goodness this is a no justice stream so we don't get punished for our mistakes. Trolling in the deep. Thank you for the 4 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, I think this puts them on the 0 outer here. Because they have to block. Because otherwise they die to a pump. Alright. Slow and steady. I know we just beat mono red, but I kind of feel like I want at least one more, like an efficient piece of removal or two in the sideboard. I'm gonna put a couple of Disfigures in here. Did I miss lethal the turn before? If they block both knights, double pump kills them? Yeah, I think you're right. I attack with both. They go block knight, block knight. I hit a 2-2. I'd pump it up to 8. Yeah, you're right. We definitely miss lethal. Cage stops Experimental Frenzy from casting spells. Because Experimental Frenzy is technically casting them from your deck. Alright, I'm just gonna curve out here, so. Goodbye, friend. That's sweet. Stops them from doing this on 2. Ultimately denies them some stuff. It stops Command the Dreadhorde from getting back creatures. It does not stop Command the Dreadhorde from getting back, planeswalkers. I think I'm gonna Chupacabra the Leafkin Druid here, because this way if they miss a land, they can't miss a next turn. And Dread Presence Steel 2 can kill this Risen Reef, potentially. Like, good chance they just have a land, but I think this is the right sequence. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Melody is rude. Ugh. I need to draw a card here. My hand as is currently doesn't really do anything. Yeah, the Menacing Draw Knight is just good in general. I think that card's excellent.
Witness the ties that bind us all. Harness the elements.
So, I guess we could just mow Nissa down over the course of the next 2 turns. But at the same time, that doesn't really accomplish anything, right? I'm still just, like, dying on board to these things. Okay, I'm just going to draw a couple more cards here and see where we go from there. This card is really bad against Tamiyo.
Behold, nature's true power.
6, 7, 8, 9. Increases for 6 here. This is pretty bad. Graveyard Marshal's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Legion's on this okay. Chupacabra's probably a little bit on the slow end. Instead of me telling you you're wrong, Flying V, can you tell me why you're right? Why is shooting the land good? What does it do for us? What does it accomplish? What does it prevent? What kind of negative outcome does it prevent that could otherwise be happening? Maybe Cast Down isn't worth keeping in. Do we want Reaper? So Reaper gives us trades inside of combat, and their things are attacking a lot, so I think Reaper's fine. You know, I agree. I think none of our decision. I don't think the suggestion of killing their thing is good. Killing their land is good. I'm curious to see why someone would think that, but I think regardless of what choices we made. Sure, yeah, and I'm asking you to make a logical statement about your question, Flying V. So again, obviously, I think my decision is correct. That's why I made it. If I make a decision and then I think it's incorrect, I'll talk about why I think it's potentially incorrect. So if you want to posit another thing, maybe talk about why you think it's good, but if you can't think of a reason why your suggestion is good, it's probably not a good suggestion, right? That's where I would come at a statement like that from. Try and engage with it and think about why it's doing, why we're talking about the things we're doing. Alright, sweet. So we get to do this, then we get to drill bit this out of them next turn before they get to do it. This card potentially runs them down before they get going, which is nice. Thanks, Batman, I appreciate it. Hey, look, it's a card I can never beat. We have 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt that can maybe do something. Although I guess in a way, Spawn of Mayhem is just like sitting here taking us both to Pound Town every turn. So like, we're technically winning that race. Shamanadano, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So this can kill this, but then they get Mass Manipulation or Agent of Treachery back, which is not ideal. Yeah, the plan here, the current game plan is let these hammer them down, and then eventually we'll get them to 8, and then we'll cast down and then kill them that turn. Is the current game plan. I'm not saying it's a good one. I think Weens' statement is actually great. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Am I? Nah, I'm gonna play this. Bricking, bricking, bricking. Keep on bricking, bricking. Doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Brick, brick by Glorious Brick, chat. No, stop it. No, stop it. Stop making decisions. All right, good. Whew. I could trade this for a card, couldn't I? It's a good suggestion. Cash them in, boys. Money, money in the bank. Money, money in the bank. Alright, so they're dead next turn. Yeah, because this one of these is gonna turn into a 5/5 and they'll be at 9. Rude. Good thing I brought my backup removal spell. Well, I think this game definitely sets the record for most damage Spawn of Mayhem triggers have ever dealt for me. It was kind of funny. Oh yeah, it's 10 or less, right? If you have 10 or less, so they were both 5/5s. Yeah, triggers at 10, not below 10. Huh? I feel like this is a mulligan. What do we think? Yeah, I feel like I need to get under them a lot of the time. I think I want to keep this, because, like, curving this into this into this is, like, fine. Because, like, then these draw cards, I think. Man, I really did not miss playing against this card yesterday. I am so ready for this card to rotate and never be standard legal again. Super, super ready to never have to play against this card. Wow, they just exiled a Cavalier of Thorns. That is terrifying. Ugh. Magic sucks and then you die. Ba-dum-tsh. We need Noble Hierarch, get out of here. Steak is playing Mono Black without Desecration Demon or Pack Rat. Those were the days, huh? Those were the days. Thanks, Rolk. Had a good mix of had a good deck choice, ran good in our games, and played reasonably well. Yeah, right. Where's a Nykthos when you need one? One of y'all finest Nykthos, please. Yep. This is where the magic happens, chat. This is where the magic happens. My sub ends in 41 minutes and I can't re-up till then. Yup. Hey, thanks, Hamblin. Good to have you here. Welcome back. Thanks for that 19 months, Navier. Welcome back. Or are they still missing lands? It's good for us. You know what this hand really needed, chat? I feel like the 4th 4-drop really ties the room together, don't you? I certainly do. At least we'll always have our 3-2 here together. The best part about this hand too is 3 of these 4-drops require I draw more lands before they do anything. So like it's not even just like I need to draw 1 land for these cards to do something. I need to draw 2 lands for these cards to do things, right? Hey Zikta, thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Alright, I'm leading on this because all their cards suck, so I don't really want to Chupacabra them anyways. And I'd like to be able to, like, drop a Dread Presence and then double to them next turn and finish the game off. Are we dead to the +2/+2 card? What a fucking tilting game. What a just unbelievably tilting game. Thanks for the 6 months, Kent. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Oh, magic blows sometimes. At least it blows in a random ladder match and not during the tournament yesterday, right? That's just, for those of you taking notes at home, that's what we like to refer to as good variance allotment. Gotta put your losses in the places where they don't really matter. Boarding in a bunch extra removal here so we can kill their lords and stuff. Variance budgeting is a key skill, yep. Yeah, exactly. We ran real hot, especially at the end yesterday when it really counted, so God bless. Demonger, thanks for the 5 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, hand's great. Regular standard. I don't intend to play any more standard 2020. This current standard format is at least like half like playing historic to a degree. I've got 2 standard decks for today, and then I've got 2 for tomorrow, and I've got 1 more that I forgot to add, it looks like, so we'll have 2 for Friday. So we've got 6 decks in this standard format to run out the queue. And then we'll be into some bunch of modern, followed by new standard next week. Opponent mulligan to 5. Fenlurker is real good against people who mulligan. Believe it or not. Tradesies. Dunk. So I think my plan here is to Pilfering Imp, take a card from their hand, and so we can get set up to Ritual of Soot on turn 4. Ideally. Yes, Throne releases on the 26th. Digital release is always before paper release these days. This is totally going to be like a veto or a spell pierce. Swamp's a great draw. Shoot this sailor here. You think Feather's this deck's hardest matchup? You think this deck's good against the ramp decks? Or you think the ramp decks are just like slightly less bad than Feather? Sure. It's a good one to know about. 1-0 and indestructible. Yes, game's over. Yeah, this deck has a little bit higher curve than the Vampires deck does. I'm gonna board in at least a Duress. Maybe I want 2 even. It's probably too many Noxious Grasp. Probably don't want to draw 2 of that card. Maybe it's important enough for killing Sephara if they're playing it though. Sure. Yeah, that's a good one to think about when we're casting Ritual. That's very true. We are currently in subscriber mode. You have a sub icon next to your name, Wayfrizz. It's funny to me, in a good way, how, like, we have so many people that gift subs here that people are frequently like, oh, the chat's not in sub mode. It's like, no, we're in sub mode, you just have a sub. Yes, yeah, so the converted mana cost of a card is still the number in its corner. Please attack me for 4. Deal. Thanks, Marty. If you left the chat up from yesterday, I toggled sub-only mode off at the very end of yesterday's stream for a short bit. And then I toggled it back on. I toggled it off so we could do celebratory timeouts at the end of yesterday's stream. Because that seemed important. We should end every stream like that. It's fun. Maybe. The attack with Spawn might have been aggressive there. And by might have, I mean it definitely was, but I don't know if being aggressive there was wrong or not. I think I'd rather kill their card that draws cards. I'm gonna leave this back for now. Got you, card. Alright, slow and steady, life's like a jump rope. Up, down, do, 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 do. Almost Diamond 2 again. We live to please, Fohawk. About a Midnight Reaper here, I think. Opponent went down to 5. Yay! Yay! Fenlurker against people who mulligan! Yay! Fenlurker! Fenlurker! Do 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 do. Beep doo doo. Boo doo doo doo. Jeff, I'm at the risk of being top 1200 at the end of the season. That would be great, Marty. Just remember the MCQ's a free roll. It's no pressure. You just show up and play. Super easy. There's also still a lot of time between now and the end of the season. Like, last month I was like top 100 at one point about this time, and then we ended up way far out of top 1000, top 1200, whatever. Yeah, the new Rakdos 2-drop is very good. Should have kept the second Midnight Reaper instead of this. It was a little conservative and hedged aggro. They mulliganed low, so hopefully it's not going to matter. I've been like keeping an eye on things, but I haven't really I don't really put together any deck ideas typically until after the full spoiler drops. That's the part where they go like White Source Kaya's Wrath and we get real sad. This is a big boy. Hey Watsy, if you're out there, can I get a full art Spawn of Mayhem, please? Thank you. Why should I have to, this costs 4, Pelly. So you need to have 4 to play it and then play a land to make a land drop. So you want to play out land 4. Whew! The greed! The greed! They had land Kaya's Wrath and they didn't play it. Your greed shall consume you, opponent. Your greed shall consume you, and rightfully so. Get out of here. Get out of here. Woof. That, man, Esper players, I tell you what. I tell you what, them Esper players. That's pretty clean sideboarding. Cut the bad removal spells, bring in Gruesome and Duress. Maybe I want some Noxious Grasps here. We feel about Grasp. I guess Direfleet Poisoner is not very good. Swap those. Seems good. We're now a sponsored Justice stream, right? Yeah, get him. Run him down. Get him. Yeah, Team Reclamation. Historically speaking, I think the Reclamation deck's always been decent against Esper. Especially with Esper not playing a ton of Mortifies. I think the way Esper decks are constructed at present, they probably have a hard time there. That's not true, Greeny T. I made the finals of a Twitch Rivals thing while I was on Tempo. I didn't win. I made it past the quarters though. Pastor, thanks for the 19-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This deck felt okay. It'll definitely get better when you don't have to deal with Land War Elves anymore, which is nice. Really? We're leaving me Drill Bit? That's an interesting decision. We don't let facts get in the way of a good story. God bless. The Elder spell literally just helps their Planeswalkers ult sooner, right? So I don't really care about that. So, good night. Good night, Knight of the Ebon Legion, my sweet prince. You are too pure for this world.
This isn't a fight you can win.
That's pretty punishing for playing this instead of this. I think I just do this so this can kill Teferi next turn.
I've got it.
I've got it.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
54 weeks, 1 day, 12 hours, 46 minutes, and 54 seconds until Teferi Time Raveler rotates. But who's counting, really? I don't think anybody out there is actually counting.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Alright, so I'm going to hit this with the Dread Presence, and then I'm going to smack them for 3. So this way their Oath doesn't trigger and gain them more life, and I get to Drill Bit them this turn, which is nice. Above average turn. And like, even if they hit Kaya's Wrath here, I draw 4. So like, good luck, Godspeed. They're dead to a swamp at the moment, if their last card doesn't do anything. Kerthunk. How's this deck feel? It's alright. Spawn of Mayhem. Spawn of Mayhem kills people really quickly. I'm not certain. So we're actually gonna get back to playing the mono black variation that Marty's been playing tomorrow. And I'm not sure. I think I prefer Marty's build that's leaning into the vampire sub theme a little bit more. Just because, like, 3 mana Sorin's a really powerful card. And he's also playing Spawn of Mayhem, which is sweet. Yes, the new Red-Black Knight triggers Spectacle, and it's going to be absurd. And it's really funny. So, like, yesterday, people were asking me during the tournament, like, what are you going to put in this deck from the new set? And I was just like, I don't know, we have to wait. And, like, that new red-black card is such a great example of why you need to wait. Because that new red-black card's absurd, and you're definitely playing it in whatever the Aristocrats looks like in the new format. It's just, like, such a good example of you need to just wait and see. You shouldn't just, like, try and rush to the finish line without knowing all the information. Yeah, consider your Fens lurked. Oh, Greeny T, they're a sub. I think they were here earlier. Greeny, if you're only half watching, you're playing me. Thanks, Dr. Jack. We finally did the thing. This is a great draw. This card's so good at enabling this because you get attacks like this. You're like, all right, I'm going to attack. You're not going to block because I can pump. And then I get to slam my thing. Rude. 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 The new red-black card, I believe it's a 2/2 Haste Menace. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player loses a life and draws a card. I missed a point of damage by not attacking with this. Wow, they just discarded a Regisaur Alpha. Vomit. Do I ever do sub-challenge days and play against subs? I do not, generally speaking. There's just it's too difficult to organize and leads to a lot of downtime, and there's not enough time to allow everyone to play, which leaves some people feeling left out. So, if you'd like to play against me, I'd encourage you to just join the queues that I'm in. You can always peek in and see what we're playing on which days. No haste, just menace. Doesn't have haste. Okay, sure. Apologies for Fox Newsing it. It's really funny. I think the single most absurd thing about our current orange dictator in the White House, orange fascist, whatever you want to call him, is when he calls something fake news that's reported on something that he just like verbatim said. It's he firmly believes he has zero accountability and like his word should be the gospel, or what he wants to be reality is reality. It's unfortunate that Fenlurker exiled this Regisaur Alpha because we're not going to be able to get it back. That's also a good one. When 2014 Trump contradicts 2019 Trump and slams, yeah, yep. Also a goodie. I think we're dead, right? Feel pretty dead. Yeah. I can always tell it's time to disengage with someone when I bring up the definition of a word and be like, that's what you just said doesn't mean what you said. And they're like, well, why are you being so technical? It's like, well, words have meaning. And if we don't accept that words have meaning, communication breaks down and is pointless. I'm gonna trim one of each of these. I don't think Ritual of Soot's good enough here. Yeah, I agree, Red. There's a lot of that. His allegiance is to himself and what he thinks will forward and profit himself the most. Ishanag, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate you taking advantage of that half off for September. Welcome. Huh? I think I want to drill bit this turn rather than Fenlurker. Why didn't they? That must have been a misclick, right? They didn't commune. Maybe they wanted to wait because they weren't sure what they wanted to commune into. Veil of Summer is a real consideration. That could be a thing that happens, yeah. Saw your games on the Rivals tournament yesterday. This deck seems sweet too. Yeah, we play a lot of different decks here. So when we're not playing tournaments like the Rivals event, Ishnag, if you're new to the channel, a lot of what we play are viewer submitted deck lists. And you can always kind of see what decks we have coming up on stream in the deck queue on my website here. There's also details on the website for how to get your own ideas into the queue to get played at some point. Looks like this one's going to be a runaway for us. So I'm going to lead on Fenlurker here because I want them to exile a card from their hand not knowing they're about to get drill bitted. Basically, making them make a decision with less information. All right, turns out the choice didn't matter. All roads are heading in the direction of Rome, turns out. Do I play Modern or just Standard? We do, generally speaking, if you look at the deck queue link on my site, you'll see a bunch of Modern decks in there. We usually do 1 or 2 Modern decks every morning. I go live about 7 a.m. Central Cornfield time. And we do some Standard in the afternoons. My schedule will be a little bit different next week surrounding the set release, but in general, that's about what we do. Some Magic Online in the mornings, then Standard in the afternoons on Arena. Although, with the new set release next week, too, we'll be getting into Historic potentially occasionally as well, which is exciting. Magic's non-rotating formats are great. Alright, scoreboard. Twitch Rivals was fun. There was a lot of downtime, but during the downtime, we were able to do, I did commentary over other people's matches during downtime, which was fun. A lot of people said they liked that. I didn't upload any of the commentary to YouTube, but all of the matches that I actually played can be found on my YouTube channel and my website now. And the big takeaway from Twitch Rivals yesterday was only like 10 people registered aggro decks in the tournament, and 3 of us made it to the top 4. So aggro is good in new formats. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? Giving folks the beatdowns is ideal. I feel like on the draw, especially in this matchup, we want to be interactive because their creatures greatly outclass ours. So I feel like keeping this hand with 2 removal spells is not strictly terrible. Hey, I'll have you know that our average match lasted 16 minutes yesterday. Hand sucks keep is exactly a good descriptor of this. Are we excited about it? Nope. Are we keeping it? Heck yeah. Yikes. Well, when I kept the 5-lander, I was expecting to draw some number of spells at some point. Unfortunately, that plan's not currently coming through to fruition. Alright, okay, these lands could turn into stuff. I think the range on the data set went from like 9 minutes or 7, somewhere between 7 and 9 minutes on the low end, all the way up to, how many on the top end? Like 25 or so on the top end. We're probably gonna get veiled here because they didn't have any plays. Yeah. I don't really have a line to play around this though. I just like need to use my mana this turn. Why is this thing so good? I think we're probably dead. I guess I can double block here and then grasp this theoretically. So like if all these cards are bad, we have a shot. But yeah, they just like have another spell, we're probably done for. Alright, so need to draw a removal spell for this. That's fine. This is our free roll match anyways, right? We just hit Diamond 2, so if we lose, it's not a big deal. No big. Wait, do we go back down? Alright, just Diamond 2. Weird. Alright, so I feel like overall this deck waffles a little bit too much between not quite aggro and not quite mid-range. I feel like the Sorin-based mono black deck that had a small vampire sub-theme that we played previously with Haunt of the Hightower felt a little bit better overall because it had a little bit more of an aggressive slant. Spawn of Mayhem is a card that consistently impressed me, and that card was good in that other shell as well. We're actually going to be playing that deck again tomorrow, so this wrap-up is going to be kind of incomplete because tomorrow I kind of want to play that deck again and draw parallels between these two while they're fresh in our memory. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of lower to the ground black aggro deck that's going to be good post-rotation, because that new land that lets you draw cards that's basically free when you have an empty hand is going to be really powerful in an aggressive shell that gets its hand empty very quickly. So I think this is mono black aggressive something is definitely going to be something you want to be keeping an eye on when the new set drops. All right, we're going to play some mono red aggro to wrap things up today. Couple more Smorky decks as we wind down the season. I'm going to go ahead and run a quick ad break.